Hello and welcome back to Purple in Peril. This is level 28. You find Purple sitting in front of the memorial in the Deleras graveyard to Gary Gygax, the co-creator of Dungeons and Dragons. If you're interested, the memorial is marked on the map. Thought that perhaps we could do the first quest in the Deleras chain for this level, as it is level appropriate. It's a level 27 chain and we just took 28. The only change to the gear, as promised, we put the legendary Pansophic Circlet on for a bit more spell power. Otherwise, I had a bit of a dilemma with the level 28 feat selection. The standout one for me was Daphic Warding, but I didn't take that because it's going to be available in our Unyielding tree, which we're going all the way in once we respec at the cap. So what were the other choices? I had actually planned to start the video in there taking that level, but then I completely messed up the acquiring of the Deleras Tomb quest, which I'd gone halfway through in Heroic, so realised I couldn't get into the quest. And I thought, rather than make you good folks wait around for 5-10 minutes solving my messes, we would start again here at the memorial. So what were the other... Well, what were the choices, rather, because I haven't even told you what I took. I took Constitution as the stat boost, obviously. So, if not taking Daphic Warding, there was the Fount of Life for 20 healing amp and 20 positive spell power. Not bad. Our healing amp, actually, at the moment, is reasonably good. 162, it's telling us. That's on account of cheating somewhat with the Mysterious Cloak, which gives a stacking 45 bonus to healing amp, which we obviously won't be having at the cap because our cloak will be part of our legendary gear set. It will be an advantage to have nice healing amp to try to heal through some of the Reaper nerf, so I considered that. There's one called Elusive Target. Basically every one damaging shot in 20 misses you. I thought that was a bit low to be really significant. Although I suppose it would stack with other things like the deflect arrows feat that we've got already. What else was there? Right, so then I looked at the Law and Chaos, the is it Harbinger of Chaos and then the Embodiment of Law. The Law one I would have much preferred because that gives PRR, MRR and 2 imbue dice. That would have been great and I would have gone for that. The Chaos one, unfortunately, is the only one we can take because this Acid Warlock cannot be lawful. So I made him chaotic just in case I fancied that Harbinger feat this time around, and I ended up going with that just in the absence of anything really amazing that stood out otherwise. If it had been a choice between the Daphic Warding and that, I would certainly have gone with the Warding, but we went with the 2 imbue dice because as mentioned previously, we're going to lose most of our imbue dice when we reach the cap because most of it is coming from these 2 epic destinies. While we're going to stay in both, we're not going to go this high up in either. If we had more destiny points to spend, I would contemplate it, but we just have the base 60 with purple, so I'm going to take everything we need in the Sentinel tree and maybe 11 in here and 13 in there and call it done. So yes, we went for the Harbinger of Chaos for another couple of imbue dice. So at the moment, it's as high as it's ever going to get. Where is it? Down here. We're rocking 13 bonus imbue dice, so that's not bad at all. And perhaps one of these days, we might actually get into a quest. So yes, as far as I know, this first quest in the Deleras chain is the only one with the Gary Gygax's voiceover on. So that's why I've chosen this one.
This Delera module is
There you
narrated by Gary Gygax.
Ah, we've gained another beast hide charge, so definitely there's no reason to spend another point in there in the shifter tree for extra shifting. So basically it would cost me 3 points to get 1 more point of constitution. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see where we are at the cap. If we happen to be on an odd number, I think if we're on an odd number, I might just remove that point as well, rather than spend 3 for the sake of getting another one. I know many would consider that sacrilege, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Because we have no racial points at all, so I don't have the luxury of leaning on them. Okay. A decision made. Take our potions, which I shall forget, of course, to renew once we get into the quest proper. Now, something to mention
the tomb opens up
here.
into a larger space. The underground structure is much bigger than the surface entrance would suggest.
I thought I'd better let him speak, because this is the whole reason I've brought us into this quest. If you're familiar with the quest, you'll know that you go and pull a lever over there, and then things appear from these caskets, and the bridge drops, and you've got to get the other side of the bridge to drop. If you have a reasonable jump score, you can just go swimming straight across here, cut out all that section. You don't need that high a jump, maybe mid-20s would do it, I think.
Of the sovereign host
and just start here.
Around you. This place was once hallowed
Now, of course, the skeletons are going to be, in fact, a lot of stuff in here is going to be immune to the poison side, but not the acid, I don't think. Let's try and get everything up at once. Ooh, not good. Get the heals going. That's really bad. There was me thinking we were just going to waltz through on Reaper 1. Not happening, son. That'll teach me to be complacent, won't it? Let's get the crowd control down. Pay more attention to these red crowns that are wrecking us. Okay, trap here we could... I think you can jump over it anyway, but just in case we could put the fire shield hot in case we get hit. Put some temp hit point shielding on. And of course then it's the one time in 100 that I actually managed to jump over the trap. Oh. I'm pretty sure there's a trap on here as well, if not two. Cold traps. Let's get that caster at the back if we can. I don't particularly want to go back there because oh, maybe it's only a one-time activation, that trap. It looks like it. I think we would have hit it by now. It's easy to miss the Reapers in this chain because there are so many wraiths and things spawning in. They can sometimes just blend into the background, as that one did. To make more use of this shard storm. Every time that goes off we get this nice temporary hit point buffer. That's a minor miracle right there, by the way. I paid attention to when the shift ran out and put it back straight away. As far as that goes, it just depends what else is happening at the same time. If you're in the middle of like a melee like this, then I think there'd be no chance. Happiness it is when you're busily throwing all the temporary hit points on and you look up from the keyboard to find everything around you dead. Stop shooting me, you buggers. Okay.
You notice a note on the floor near a mangled
I'm sure most
body.
of you know this anyway, but if you have a DDO in here, there's a... Well, for a start, when you click on the note to complete the quest, a load of skeletons will appear from out of these doorways, I think, and inside the room as well. So the best thing to do is take the chest first. Got a nice little prize there. Actually, that's a reasonable item, that. They've updated the loot as well, obviously. So we'll put our D-door there ready. We're just going to grab the note and get the hell out of here so we don't have to fight all the stuff that pops up, because it's not part of the quest. The quest is completed anyway. It's like an optional, but you don't get anything significant as far as I'm aware for doing it. So that was our Gary Gygax tribute episode. Second attempt, because the first one, as I said, turned into a bit of a mess. I think we'll call it a do there. I have a couple of little ideas for the 29 one. And then, excuse me, the 30, it would be nice if you could see him, you know, with all the legendary gear, maybe doing what he's supposed to be doing, which is taking the heat off one or more other characters. So I'll see if I can organise that with our little group. What else was I going to say? Well, I think that can wait for another time. Right, I've waffled on long enough. Thank you very much for looking, as always, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.